OverClockers Club. I'm back. I just finished up this review here for the VIVO Case V10G. Awesome little case. Check out the review. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Chris, when am I going to get to see another cool OCC review on another cool VIVO product? Well, guess what? It's right now. We've got this little product here, and you can probably guess this is not a case. This is actually a mount for a case. This is the PC01D. This actually mounts underneath your computer desk and holds the computer, and it can spin around, slide around, so that you can get it up off the floor, get your feet under it, sweep under it, whatever you want to do. We'll get this thing out of the box and see what it looks like. Okay, we got her out of the box. One thing you want to keep in mind is this stand, when it's fully extended, it can handle a case that is 12 to 21 inches high and 3.5 to 8 inches wide. So you want to make sure you measure your case that you plan on using before you purchase this. Make sure it'll fit. Also, this really works best with a case that is straight up and down on the sides. If you've got some convoluted, funky angles, you want to check that out before you go to the trouble to mount this under your desk and then find out your case doesn't really want to fit. So the base plate here, we're a little under 6 inches wide, and we're about 19 inches here on the overall length. Again, so you want to make sure underneath your desk you've got enough clearance, enough space to mount this. So this is the base plate. This gets mounted up under the desk, and then really the only other piece here is this guy. This is the cradle. This is what the case fits in. So you can see this is adjustable for the width of your case. This here, you loosen these screws, and this bottom piece drops down, so there's some range, and then you lock it in position. And this pivots. So once you get it under the desk, you can rotate the case around. And there's also a strap here when this is underneath your desk, and it's, I'll show you here actually. This slides in here like this. So when this is under your desk, and again, I'll get this mounted so you can see it with the case, you can use this strap to pull. You don't want to yank on the computer itself. You use this handy dandy little strap. And that's really about all there is to it. The installation should be fairly simple. I'll get that going so you can see it. Bag of hardware here. We've got some little felt or rubber bumper pads and some spacers and some screws. And it even comes with a little Allen wrench. So I'll get this all installed and we can see what it looks like. Okay, I went ahead and just mounted this under my test bench here rather than a computer desk. I don't really have one that's easily accessible. So you can see there's the unit. It hangs, and then here's the strap that you can slide it in and out with. I did mount the little bumpers here. These are the little stops that keep it from pulling all the way out, so you want to make sure you put those in. And I measured the height, and we'll go ahead and get the case in there, and then I adjusted the height here. The bottom leg you can adjust, so then you lock it down here. So we will go ahead now and get the case in there so you can see what that looks like. One thing that occurred to me while I was getting the case in here, really, it'll take a couple tries, but these little rubber pads that are included, you'll have to really see where they touch your particular case, because when you adjust this base up and down, that's going to affect where the contact points are on your particular case, and you want to mount those even up here at the top in the best place so that you're not scraping the case or rubbing on it and causing any cosmetic issues. One more thing, let me get the strap out of the way here. This bolt here in the center there that you can see, that there you might want to make sure that's tight, and that will keep the entire unit here from wanting to move around as much. So that's another thing. So it'll take a little bit of adjustment there when you finally get your case set the way you like it. So now I'm ready to get the case in here. Okay, we got the case all in there now. The key is just take your time, be patient. And what you don't want to do is ever push or pull on the case itself. If you need to pull the case out, use the strap. And then when you want to push it back in, push up here on the frame itself. That's what you want to do. You don't want to push on the case. When you pull the case out, the nice thing here is it does rotate, pivots around so that we can get to the back of the case if you need to do anything back there. And then you can just continue to spin it around. Now I don't have anything hooked up, so I'll go ahead and put some power to it, and then we will go ahead and push it right back in. Okay, now you can see how pretty it is now that we got some power to it. And again, this is the case V10G that I just reviewed, but you can see this would look a lot nicer under a real computer desk, but really it's easier to see what's going on here, so that's why I mounted it under my test bench. But it would look definitely nicer under a nice computer desk. But you can see there's the back access. And the key here is always use the strap. If you want to pull it out, you push it back in, push on the frame, do not push on the computer. And that's it. That is from VIVO, the CPU holder, PC01D. This is Chris with OverClockers Club, and thanks for watching.